What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be going over some of the most basic tips that you guys should know about Star Wars Hunters, as obviously we're all relatively new to the game right now, and considering it is a pretty unique game for many of us, there are plenty of tips that are going to help you guys improve straight off the bat. I know a lot of you guys are actually unsure on how you can play the game already. It is only the soft launch at the moment, so not everyone can get their hands on it, but I am going to be doing a video in the next week or two where I show you guys exactly how to download it on your PC or laptop, completely free, completely safe, and you don't need a high-end PC or anything. Pretty much any relatively capable laptop or PC should run the game with ease, so keep your eyes peeled for that video if you guys are keen on giving the game a try. Before we get into it though, if you guys are new to the channel and you end up enjoying the video, then do consider subscribing and turning on those notifications so that you don't miss out on any upcoming Star Wars Hunters content. But with that being said, let's get stuck right into it. So the first tip that I think is worth mentioning is actually to do with your in-game currency, and that is that you want to try your hardest to do the daily challenges and get on the grind early to recruit more hunters. As of right now, and I have a feeling this will actually change to be honest, but take all of that with a grain of salt, but for now anyway, the hunters are only purchasable with crystals rather than crystals and credits like the skins are. Now, crystals are purchasable with real money, but you can also earn them in game, so you don't actually have to spend any real money to get anything in this game. However, the grind for even one single hunter is currently a really long grind, and that's why I think it will end up changing. But for now, what I would recommend is just doing those daily and weekly challenges, grinding for the crystals and saving them up to recruit new hunters. It currently costs 980 crystals to recruit a hunter to your team, and you can essentially earn 15 crystals a day through the Win 3 Games daily challenge, which obviously adds up to 105 crystals per week. And then if you complete all 9 of the weekly challenges too, which on their own give you hundreds of credits to buy skins or loadouts, then you'll get an extra 50 crystals per week as well. So you can earn a total of 155 crystals per week just through playing the game. Like I said, right now the grind is way too long, and I have no doubt that the devs will look into changing this. It currently takes nearly 7 weeks to unlock a hunter, and so I think by launch they will reduce that quite a bit to avoid any drama surrounding the in-game currency. But yeah, for now the first tip is to pretty much just save those crystals as best as you can. Now when it comes to some in-game tips, the first tip I'm going to give is to constantly be on the hunt for the alt power-ups. From what I've seen of others playing the game and just the people that I've been in games with, I actually rarely see anyone going for the alt power-ups on a regular basis. Yet for me personally, essentially any point in the game where I'm not in the middle of a fight or I need to take back an objective or something, then the first thing I'll be doing is running straight to those alt power-ups to make sure that my ult is charging as fast as it possibly can. If you're not too sure what I mean by your ult, that is the sort of main ability that each hunter has, and all of these abilities are just completely overpowered. They're sort of like a one-off little ability that can change the tide of a battle in your favor, and they're really pivotal to your success as a team. Now the ult does power up on its own, so it's not like you can't use your ult if you don't grab those power-ups, but if you can speed up the process, that just means you're going to be able to use it more often, and you can sometimes use it twice, even 3 times per game, which is going to drastically improve your chances of doing well. So yeah, if you're not in immediate danger or anything like that, then I would definitely recommend just running back through those power-ups and grabbing them while you're waiting on the enemy team to come back to the fight. One other quick little tip for your ult too is that you'll want to try and maximize its efficiency and save it for when you'll get the best bang for your buck. It can often be enticing to just use it in a pinch to save yourself, but for pretty much all 4 of the initial hunters you'll be playing as, their abilities are far better when you can use them on all of your enemies, or in Zayna's case when you can use it near all your teammates and keep them alive on an objective. So yeah, try your best to sort of save the ult for a big moment rather than just wasting it on 1 or 2 enemies. Now speaking of Zayna, one thing that I think most people are going to miss pretty easily is that her passive ability is called Augmented Leap, and what this does is allow her to jump crazy high compared to all of the other hunters in the game. Obviously she has those sort of bionic legs, and these allow her to get to some pretty hard to reach places that only a Maravex can actually get to with her grapple. I'm fairly sure she can actually get to any of those same grapple spots even if they look too high, and so yeah, that's one little tip that I think a lot of people actually won't pick up straight away, so be sure to make the most of it as it can get Zayna out of a pinch very nicely. Now something else that I think people are going to miss pretty easily is that there are actually loadouts in the game that you can shape to your preferences, not only for each character but actually for each game mode as well. You can change all 3 of your abilities just slightly within this loadout system, mostly just changing like some of the stats or slightly altering the way the ability works, but some of these are actually really useful changes that can spice things up quite a bit depending on how you play. And so yeah, this is something that is easy to miss, but I'd recommend spending your credits on these loadouts early on. 400 credits will unlock any of the alterations, and with the daily and weekly challenges, if you guys just play your 3 games per day to get those crystals and also complete the daily challenges alongside the weekly challenges, which generally only take 3 games a day anyway, you can earn up to 1,755 credits a week, meaning you can essentially customize one whole loadout a week, or possibly even 2 if you don't alter all 3 abilities. So yeah, get grinding for those credits early and then figure out which loadouts you want to create. And if you guys are keen, I might actually make a video on the best loadout sometime in the future, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. Now, the very last beginner tip that I've got for today is a pretty obvious one, but this is to play with your teammates as much as you can, because this game really does promote strength in numbers. Regardless if you're playing with real players or playing with bots in an empty lobby, you should always be trying to stick with your teammates, because if you've got teammates around you to support you, heal you, or defend you from the enemies, then all of you are more likely to survive, and essentially the team that stays alive the most in this game is going to win the match regardless of what mode you're playing. How the respawns work in this game is that if you die on your own, then you'll just respawn in a few seconds, but if a teammate dies while you're respawning, time will actually be added to your respawn, and the more teammates that die during that time, the more time that will be added. So it actually kind of penalizes you for being squad wiped, increasing the importance to stay alive as a team. Regardless of the mode, if you and all of your teammates die, then the enemy team are going to have about 7 seconds until you respawn, plus the probably 5 to 10 seconds for you to get back to the fight, and that just allows them to set up so much easier for your next attack. If you're sticking together as a team though, usually if you die, then a teammate will be able to take out the enemy that just killed you, and it sort of cancels out your death in a way. So yeah, just keep reminding yourself that this game really promotes strength in numbers, and it will take you a long way towards winning more and more games. But anyway guys, that is going to do it for this one. I'm having an absolute blast with this game right now, and so I'm keen to keep pushing out more and more content leading up to the full launch. And so if you guys have any other guides or anything that you want me to make, then be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know, and I'll do my best to get a video out on it. As always, a massive thank you to my channel members and my patrons for the continued support. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel as well, then be sure to check out the Patreon page that is linked down in the description. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to leave a like down below, and if you are new, then consider subscribing to the channel with those notifications on. Thank you all so much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.
Crush them! Make them suffer!